Gene editing is one of the most controversial parts of science. First, we'll start with a general description. Humans have been genetically modifying things for thousands of years. Just ask the hundreds of clickbait, "What did watermelons look like 50 years ago?" thumbnails. The thing that's different now is that we can go in and physically change the nuclei of plant cells, instead of hoping for lucky numbers with breeding. This is a breakthrough for science. We can make corn bigger and cost less. We can make plants less affected by climate change, and rice that provides nutrients for many people. But I'll slow down. How can we make this very fictional-sounding concept be happening right now?
CRISPR is a system that changes everything. In every cell ever, there are strands of DNA that tell the cell what to do, what to make, and what its priorities are. In every cell, there is also a system called CRISPR. First, we need to know why it's there, and to know that, you need to know about bacteriophages. These viruses hunt down cells and put genetic code into them. This genetic code is fake and tells the cell to make bacteriophages, and then kill itself. Some survive and tell a protein called Cas9 what the genetic code looks like. This protein finds the code and cuts it out of the system. We can feed modified Cas9 proteins other DNA, and it will modify the DNA of the cell to make the cell do things we want it to do. This is much cheaper, easier, and quicker than what we were doing before.
The first genetically modified animal was born in 1974, making mice a standard tool for research, saving millions of lives. In the 1980s, the first patent was made for a type of microbe that sucks up oil. Today we make tons of stuff with this technology, from genetically modified insulin to a tomato called the Flavor Saver tomato that has a much longer shelf life. Okay, well those things sound cool and the Flavor Saver tomato has an excellent name, but when will our science fiction dreams come true? When will we be able to CRISPR edit humans? Well, we already figured out a technology to CRISPR edit embryos semi-reliably, so after we iron out all the problems in the next decade, we can change the human gene pool forever. We are already using CRISPR to cure HIV from rats. In a few decades, CRISPR will be able to cure HIV and other retroviruses from humans. Viruses that hide inside DNA could be gone because of CRISPR. Even cancer. We can train immune cells to hunt for cancer megatons better than normal. Curing cancer could just mean a couple of shots. We could cure basically all genetic diseases by altering tiny wrong code with Cas9 proteins, from color blindness all the way to Down syndrome. We are starting a path down incredible scientific discoveries, probably leading to modified humans. The first modified humans will most likely be immune to HIV or something like that, but then we'll add intelligence, strength, throw in enhanced metabolism. As soon as the first modified kid is born, there's a path we can't unsee, a door that we can't close. In the distant future, we could probably prevent something that causes 2/3 of the deaths per day: aging. This is going to sound impossible, but I assure you that this is one of the best chances we have to become immortal, or at least slow down aging. We can engineer DNA to tell cells to put a super strong telomeres on the ends of chromosomes, just like the lobsters, so that they don't break down with age as fast. This is, of course, theoretical, but definitely possible in the distant future. Now for my opinion. I think that this is the coolest thing that modern science has come up with. It is very scary, but we can't close this door, whether we want to or not. So I'll be watching what we come up with and see where this takes us. This tech isn't developed enough to say that it's morally wrong, so I'm good with it. In my mind, there's nothing wrong with being a cyborg. Are you ready to step through this one-way door?